Hello everyone, I'm Starmute. About, 4 months ago now, I put out a video about what happened to my first Bill Parker plasma globe. That was pretty sad. This video won't be, I promise. So first of all, I managed to purchase another Parker globe a couple months ago. It's an Arctic Lights, and thankfully it hasn't exploded yet. But that's not what this video is about. Anybody can buy something. It's so much more fun to make things yourself. So, of course, when I saw a listing for a broken Parker globe, I couldn't resist buying it. It was only $30, come on. This globe had the fill point broken off, which meant all the gases were long gone, and it required some fairly serious repairs. There was no way me and my pathetic blowtorch were going to have any chance of fixing it. So I called up an old friend of mine in the glassblowing industry and set up a deal with him. I'd help him with some Bitcoin stuff, and he would fix my globe. Now, with the globe repaired, I had to do the actual hard part and fill it up with gases. Well, not just gases. I'm still salty about the other globe, and I wanted blue.
This right here is iodine. It sucks. And it's also the only good way to get blue in plasma. All you need to do with iodine is throw a couple of crystals of it into the globe, and you'll get a beautiful blue effect, and probably a couple of years taken off your life from the sheer stress of handling it. This stuff loves to stain your hands brown, it loves to make ugly white powders in the globe, and it loves to just ruin your day in every possible way.
So here's what my plasma filling setup looks like. I'm sure you can tell that it's very technologically advanced. We got a vacuum pump with some foam stuffed in there. We got a bunch of containers of random gases. We got a power supply. We got no high voltage power supply because I'm using that. We got this little tube here, which we use to connect to the globe. And, of course, handy little blowtorch. And, actually surprisingly useful, a laser pointer. Oh, and of course, the pressure gauge. That's actually probably the most useful tool that we have here. For this fill, I planned on using krypton, which is the heaviest gas I have right now, and very good at filamenting, and iodine, for that nice little painful blue.
The first step in filling pretty much any plasma globe is to just flush it out with argon, because argon is cheap and, not air. These are some test runs that I did with cheap gases before putting in iodine. It's a sort of warm-up before the real deal. After those test runs, it was time for me to finally put some iodine in, and then spend literally an hour and a half filling up the globe with argon and pumping it out. You don't mess around with iodine. Here's the first test with iodine. You can see me using the laser pointer to check for particulates, and then immediately panicking. Iodine has a pretty bad temper, and if there's any air at all in the globe, it starts reacting, and it forms ugly white particles that destroy the effect. At this point I switched from argon to krypton, and had to do a few flushes with the expensive stuff, and I was already running low on it. As I filled it with krypton a few times over, the quality of the mixture started to improve. I was getting rid of more air every time, and with that I was also getting rid of some of the particles formed by iodine reacting with it. And then, on what I thought would be one of my last flushing attempts, my supply of krypton actually ran out. I had to quickly grab my blowtorch and seal the globe shut, or pretty much all of my work would be lost. I'm really sorry I don't have any footage of sealing the globe. I just kind of don't think things would have gone very well if I was holding my phone and a blowtorch at the same time. After sealing the globe, it actually started acting very differently from the way it was in the moments beforehand. It was much less active than it should have been. Now, iodine actually likes to do this at the start. Mixtures slowly evolve over the course of a few hours after being sealed. I was actually starting to get quite worried. The mixture was turning more and more cloudy over the first 30 minutes, and eventually it wouldn't even be attracted to my hand anymore. I picked a pretty unusual tool to fix this problem, a hairdryer. I blasted the globe with it for a few minutes to force the iodine to sublimate. After this bizarre treatment, the globe started to show some real signs of improvement, and it just kept getting better. This right here is from about 30 minutes after I sealed the globe. Around an hour had passed by now, and it was getting pretty close to what would be its final appearance. I tried the laser test again, and it fluoresced in yellow, which means I got the purity absolutely perfect. In the end, I really couldn't be happier with how this globe turned out. It's just as blue as my old Parker globe, but it's so much more personal. And I guess I'll leave you with some footage of the globe to end the video. Enjoy! And as usual, thank you for watching.